Okay, dear students, so today we are going to explain our second year chemistry, that is the solid state. So about the solids. So in earlier in first year already we have to know the meaning about the gaseous and liquids and what are the properties are present in the gaseous and liquids. So here today we are going to explain discuss about our second year chapter, that is the solid state chemistry, nothing but solid state. So based on the intermolecular distance in between the atoms, so the intermolecular distance between the atoms, so the solids are based on the intermolecular distance in between the atom. The matter is exist mainly in three types. One is in solids, in liquids and in gases. So for example, the intermolecular distance in between the atoms is large intermolecular distance will be present. So that will be treated as a gases. So in between the intermolecular distance, if less distance is present in between the atoms, that is treated as a liquids. So in between the intermolecular distance in atoms is close to each other, then these are treated as a solids. So today our topic is this one, solids, nothing but solid state chemistry. So we can define the solids, solid materials means in between these solids, the intermolecular distance in between the atoms is very close to each other. So that is treated as a solid materials, nothing but solids. So today our topic is, that is the solid state chapter. So here these solid materials, these solids, due to the intermolecular distance is very close in between the atoms. So due to that reason, the solids will have the fixed size. Solids will have the fixed size. So this is the solid material example. It will be having the fixed size and it will be having the fixed volume and it will be having the fixed geometry. So this is about the solids. So due to the very close intermolecular distance are present in between the atoms, so the solids will have fixed size and fixed volume and fixed geometry also. That means here the solids is have fixed geometry and fixed volume and fixed size also. So this is about the solids, fixed size, volume and geometry. And mainly the solid materials, the solids are classified into two types. Mainly the solids are classified into two types. One is crystalline solids and another one is amorphous solids. So solids are crystalline solids and amorphous solids. So what is the difference between these crystalline solids and amorphous solids? Let us see. So crystalline solids means these have the rigid and hard material. The crystalline solids are rigid and hardness in nature. Similarly, amorphous solids also have the rigid and hardness in nature. So both crystalline and amorphous solids will have the rigid and hardness in nature. In case of crystalline solids, the particles are arranged fixed. So due to that, they will have the definite geometry. Okay students, listen. Particles are arranged in fixed manner, means here these are the particles like atoms or ions. They will be arranged in a fixed manner. So they will be having the definite geometry. This is the nature of the crystalline solids. So example for that, crystalline solids are sodium chloride, copper sulfate, potassium nitrate. Like these are the example for crystalline solids. So in the crystalline solids, the particles are arranged in a fixed way. So in order way, in fixed way, in order way. Due to that, they will be having the definite geometry. And in case of the amorphous solids, the particles are not in a regular order. That means they do not arrange it in a fixed order. They will be arranged in a irregularity. So here one particle here, another particle here, another particle here. There is no order, there is no regularity. So the irregular arrangement of particles will be present. So that type of solids is called as amorphous solids. Okay student, clear? Crystalline and amorphous solids. What is the main difference between crystalline and amorphous solids? In case of a crystalline solids, the particles are arranged in a regular, in order way. This is the order way. So due to that, they will be having the fixed geometry. In case of the amorphous solids, they do not follow any regular order. They are arranged in a irregular order. So that is called as amorphous solids. So example for amorphous solids is the silica. Nothing but sand. This is the best example for the amorphous solids. So another difference between the crystalline and amorphous solids, the crystalline solids have the sharp melting and boiling point. Okay student, crystalline solids have the sharp melting and boiling point. That means these materials can be melting point maybe 100 degrees Celsius. That means this is the fixed value. So they have the sharp fixed melting and boiling point values. So amorphous solids means they do not have the fixed. So they will be having the range of melting and boiling point. Range of melting and boiling point means they will be melted starting 120 degrees Celsius and up to 150 degrees Celsius their melting point will be present. That means these will be having the range of melting and boiling points. But in crystalline solids they will be having the sharp melting. That means fixed. It may be 120 degrees Celsius or it may be 150 degrees Celsius in case of the crystalline solids. But in case of the amorphous solids, they will be having the range of melting and boiling point values. So another main difference for in crystalline solids is these are anisotropic in nature. Anisotropic in nature. Anisotropic in nature means the solids, crystalline solids will be having the physical properties in different directions, in different physical properties are present. That means in different direction they will be having the different physical properties like a conductivity, metallic nature. In different directions they will be having the different physical properties. So that nature is called as an isotropic in nature. So crystalline solids will having the an isotropic in nature. Best example, for example, this is the chalk piece. This is the perfect crystalline material. So here in this direction we are using the some force. When we are changes the direction, in this direction we are using the different force for breaking this chalk piece material. Okay students, clear that? In this direction, assume if the breaking this chalk crystalline material, we are using the one type of force, that means less force. When in this direction, if the direction will be changes, same concept, the breaking of this chalk crystalline material, we are using the another type of the force, that means maximum force. That means when the direction will be changes, physical property, that is force is applied on chalk, will be different. The direction will be changes, means different directions, different physical properties will be present. That nature is called as an isotropic in nature. So all crystalline solids will follow an isotropic in nature. So that is the meaning about an isotropic in nature. But in amorphous solids, they will be having the isotropic in nature, means in any direction they will be having the identical physical properties. Any direction they will be having the identical physical properties, that is called as isotropic in nature. So amorphous solids will follow the isotropic in nature, crystalline solids will follow an isotropic in nature. So this is the main difference in between the crystalline solids and amorphous solids.